Welcome, new parents, to the bustling metropolis of parenthood. Here, you'll encounter languages more complex than anything at the UN. The most critical among them? Baby cues. Decoding these cues isn't just about survival. It transforms you from a nervous newbie into a confident caregiver. Understanding baby cues is similar. Each whimper or giggle is a unique code revealing your baby's needs and feelings. Without understanding what your baby's signals mean, every day can feel like rush hour at Times Square. So buckle up. We're about to dive into the intricate world of baby cues, ensuring you won't mistake a hunger cry for a bedtime ballad. Get ready to become a fluent speaker in no time. When your baby is hungry, they don't just send you a text saying, "Hey, can you whip up my bottle?" No, they have more sophisticated ways, like the rooting reflex. This is when babies turn their head towards anything that strokes their cheek, mouth open, ready to eat anything from a nipple to a well-meaning grandparent's knuckle. Then there's the lip-smacking and hand-sucking baby's version of looking at food menus. These are clear signs saying, "Service here, please." Consider these cues the baby equivalent of leaving a Yelp review that just reads starving. What's the right response? First, keep calm. No need to rush like you're catching the last express train. Prepare their milk or begin breastfeeding in a comfortable, quiet spot. In the city that never sleeps, it's best to be prepared for the Hunger Games at any hour. If only babies could say, "Hey, I'm beat. Let's hit the hay." Instead, they give signs subtler than a New York minute. Watch for the classic yawns, sure, but sleep cues go beyond that. Rubbing eyes? It's not just about imitating those stockbrokers on Wall Street after a long day. Another sign is the decrease in activity. If your baby suddenly stops playing and looks like they've just run a marathon, it's probably bedtime. Responding promptly to these signs involves creating a calming bedtime routine. This could be a warm bath or a gentle massage, akin to their own little spa day. Remember, consistency is key. Try to keep bedtime around the same time each evening, just like how the Broadway shows have fixed curtains. Babies, much like adults, get uncomfortable, but instead of tweeting about it, they have their own ways of signaling distress. A sudden onset of fussiness or squirming can be the baby equivalent of a New Yorker stuck in a subway car without air conditioning. Changes in facial expressions are also telling. A furrowed brow or a grimace might not mean they're pondering existential questions, but could indicate discomfort. So how do you respond? First, check the basics. Is the diaper clean? Is the room temperature comfortable? Sometimes a simple change can turn your baby's frown upside down. Crying is the billboard of baby communication, bright and loud, demanding attention. But not all cries are created equal. There's the "I'm hungry" cry that starts slow and builds up, much like the crescendo of an upcoming subway train. Then there's the "I'm tired" cry, more of a whiny, intermittent signal, not unlike the beep of a traffic jam. The sharp staccato cry often means discomfort. Perhaps a tag is poking them like a rogue taxi cutting lanes. A more persistent, inconsolable cry might suggest something more serious, urging a quicker parental commute to soothe or check on them. How to respond? First, listen. Differentiate the cries. Once identified, address the need, whether it's feeding, napping, or cuddling. Ah, the sweet sound of a baby's giggle. Music to any parent's ears. More delightful than a surprise jazz band in Central Park. These happy cues are your rewards, signaling you're on the right track. A smile or laugh from a baby is like getting a thumbs up from a New Yorker. It's genuine approval. Watch for what triggers these joyous displays. Interacting with your baby during these happy times is crucial. It's not just about witnessing joy, but participating in it. Each giggle is a step towards building a well-rounded, happy baby, ready to take on the world, or at least the playground. Every parent knows the drama of the missing pacifier. It's like the city's potholes. One moment it's there, the next vanished. Where do these pacifiers go? Under the sofa? behind the crib, or has it hitched a ride in the stroller down to the local cafe. The disappearance often leads to a baby's distress signal, a frantic cry not unlike the sirens of an approaching fire engine. This may involve keeping multiple pacifiers in strategic locations, much like having umbrellas in various rooms just in case. The goal? Minimize disruption and restore peace, ensuring your little one's comfort isn't compromised by a mere piece of silicone going AWOL. Navigating the digestive cues of a baby is akin to understanding the complex systems of city sanitation. Both are essential for health and comfort. Burping, for instance, isn't just a social faux pas. It's a necessary release of air, much like steam pipes hissing on New York streets. Noticing and responding to these cues is crucial for preventing discomfort and colic. Then, there are the diaper changes, the baby equivalent of trash collection day. Regular and necessary to keep the environment clean and pleasant. Imagine you're a maintenance crew for your baby's comfort, keeping the gears running smoothly with timely interventions. There's nothing quite like the cue for a cuddle. It's the baby's way of saying, I need a little TLC right here on the busy streets of life. This cue might come as a reach towards you, a whine, or simply a stare, much like someone waiting for a cab with an outstretched arm. Responding to this cue is like answering a call. Holding and cuddling your baby not only soothes them, but also strengthens the emotional connection. Just as buildings need solid foundations to withstand the bustling city life, so too do babies need the foundation of secure attachment to thrive. Parenting in a city as vibrant and unpredictable as New York requires a fine-tuned intuition. It's about reading between the lines, or in this case, between the cries and giggles. This intuition develops over time as you become more attuned to your baby's unique communication style and needs. Think of it as developing a sixth sense, similar to knowing when to avoid the subway during rush hour or which street vendor sells the best coffee. This parental intuition helps you anticipate and respond to your baby's needs even before they become evident cries or smiles. Like a seasoned chess player in Washington Square Park, you learn to predict and strategize, making parenting decisions that are proactive rather than reactive. As we conclude our journey through the bustling world of baby cues, it's clear that the ability to understand and respond to these signals is more than just a parenting skill. It's a way to foster a deep, loving connection with your child. Each decoded cue and successful response reinforces this bond, building a foundation of trust and security. The emotional rewards of cue literacy are immense. Not only does it reduce the stress and uncertainty of parenting, but it also creates moments of joy and success that are as satisfying as nailing the perfect parallel parking spot on a crowded street. These small victories accumulate, forming a rewarding experience that enhances the overall quality of life for both parent and child. Just as understanding the rhythms of city life makes for a smoother day-to-day experience, so too does understanding your baby's cues make for a more peaceful household. With patience, observation, and a bit of humor, you'll be conversing like natives of this new land in no time, reaping the rewards of a happy, healthy relationship with your child.